What's going on, everyone? Today we got a 2024 Nissan Sentra SV. Sentra being the second cheapest Nissan model. The MSRP for the base is around $20,000. One step up, the SV. The MSRP is around $24,000, but you can find good discounts on those. It's an entry-level sedan, midsize. They did upgrade it. They give it to the newest Nissan key. The front was refreshed back in 2024. It does have halogen lights, no fog lights. The key fob is pretty simple. You got the Nissan logo on the top, lock, unlock, trunk release, and hazard. Usually Nissan loves put a remote start on the key fob, but I guess not for the Sentra. With the intelligent key, you do get a keyless lock and keyless unlock for that. And if we look at the trunk, it got a pretty decent size trunk, pretty large. You do get a full size, or not a full size, but a spare, an extra spare, not a inflation kit. But yeah, you do get a spare, you get a donut. Nissan offered parking sensors on all of the SV trims, which is a nice touch. Do you really need it? Probably not, but it's a nice feature to have. You don't see parking sensors too often, since every new car now is equipped with CarPlay, or no, not CarPlay, backup cameras. Coming in here, the traditional Nissan steering wheel with the flat bottom. Right, it's a decent size, non-leather steering wheel. And as usual, all the Nissan cars, they put the start button down there. So foot on the brake, start. You do get a nice screen, decent size. Reminds me of the Forte back in the days. It doesn't tilt towards the driver. It's just a flat screen that's facing the rear passenger. Nice design of the air vents. When it first came out back in 2019, 2020, I thought it looks really good. It's baby Altima. But now, after 5-6 years, it's aging. But yeah, nice fake stitching on the plastic, hard plastic. Manual AC down there, no automatic AC, no heated seats, no heated steering wheel. I rented one about 2 years ago. That's the same Sentra. That one had the heated seats and heated steering wheel. But when I now look it up, it's a weather package for like a couple $100, which could be a good upgrade. You do get adaptive cruise control. You do get blind spot monitoring. Lane keep, it's more like a warning instead of a lane keeping. It doesn't keep you in the lane. It just line departure warning. Yeah, it's not lane keeping. So it just vibrates the steering wheel if you're close to a lane, almost getting there. Yeah, a lot of information in the page. The most important part is probably the driver assist setup, and also it does come with tire pressure sensors, which is a nice feature to have. MPG, this do like 31 in the city, 40 on the highway or 39 on the highway with the 2.0 liter, 2 liter, 4-cylinder naturally aspirated. Let's take a look at the trunk. You do get an eco mode, and for Nissan, all the Nissans, right? If you put in drive, then you see there's a little button down there. If you press that, that puts you into sport. That's like a hidden feature for all the Nissans, but no one really uses it. On the driver door, you got a automatic down, automatic up, driver side windows. Everything else is you need to hold that. It's not automatic. It's not one touch down, one touch up. Speakers are nice. It got 6 speakers, 2 on the pillars, but yeah, it's a nice audio system. It's not too bad. You don't get automatic seats, or all the seats control is manual. No like 6-way, and also no lumbar support, but those seats are actually not too bad. Also, when I picked this car up, it's very filthy. Shame on you, Hertz. It's very nasty. Like all that it wasn't cleaned, and you can see all the hairs, all the dirt on the seats. So I just decided I'm not gonna clean it. Just put those towels in, so it's not too nasty. It looks like there's 3 pedals, but it's an automatic. That's your parking brake. It's very old school. I haven't seen those since the last Nissan I drove, which was a 22 Versa, or no, the 22. Wait, the Versa actually has an electric parking brake, but not the Sentra, I guess. Here's a 2 liter 4-cylinder engine. Takes up pretty much the whole space. Damn. Yeah, this car is made in Mexico, so hopefully when tariff hits, there's no much of price increase, since that's the only advantage to buy a Nissan. In my opinion, right? The only reason people buy Nissans is because they're cheap. They're on the cheap side. They're not too expensive. They're probably like 2-3K cheaper than a Corolla for the Sentra, and of course Versa is now the cheapest car in North America. Yeah. Of course, no lights or nothing for your mirrors. All the lights here is not LED, it's all yellow. No sunroof, but you do get a glass holder, sunglass holder, right? So Nissan provides you with all the essentials, but nothing else. If you need a car and don't want to buy a relatively reliable vehicle, the CVTs are not as bad as how it sounds on the internet. Nissan is actually improving the CVTs. Yeah, this car is equipped with a CVT. The 2 liter produces 160 something horsepower, 160 something pound-feet of torque. It's not too bad. It's not the worst, but for a family car or for an entry-level sedan, yeah, it's not bad. With the CVT, of course, you don't feel any shifting. I'm really glad that Nissan didn't put fake shifting in this car. probably they don't want to put more money into this car than it has to, than they have to, right? It's on the cheaper side, so no fancy gimmicks, nothing fancy, just good functional stuff. You do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for this car on the screen, but I have to do a wired one, so I don't know if it has wireless. I couldn't find the wireless connection, but yeah, there's no fancy features, right? There's no wireless charging, there's no leather anywhere, but yeah, this is all the essentials you need. The engine noise is there compared to a couple of its competitor, right? Compared to the Jetta, compared to maybe the K4, those are a lot quieter than the Sentra, but also Sentra is cheaper than that. Sentra is like 3 to 4K cheaper than the Civic, and yeah, and Corolla. K4 might be on the same price range, but K4 is a brand new car with a brand new design, so it's not a fair comparison in my opinion. If we compare to the Forte, then yeah, it's similar horsepower, similar. Yeah, this is a lot faster than the Forte actually. Forte is real slow. Forte has like 140 horsepower, and paired with their IVT, which is basically a CVT, it's not fast. It's you have to put your foot down to get it going, which is not my favorite, and I don't think it's the safest on the highway. Yeah, the corner, the handling, Nissan is okay. It's nowhere near the Civic, also nowhere near the Mazda 3. But yeah, you don't buy a car. It's a entry-level family sedan, or for your college recent grad. If they don't know much about cars, they don't really need a car that handles super well. They just need a reliable, safe transportation. Nissan does offer a 5-year, 60,000 miles warranty on the powertrain. And 3 years, 36,000 miles on the whole car. It's not bad. It saves gas. It's a gas saver. And as long as you do your routine maintenance, either on your CVT or the engine is actually a lot more reliable than the CVT. But yeah, if you do your routine transmission services, just keep changing the fluids. I've seen examples with CVTs going like 300,000 miles. They just keep doing their CVT service every 60,000 miles. The transmission flush could be a little pricey. It's around $200-300. But yeah, as long as you keep doing that, the CVT won't fail. The chances are the CVT won't fail. Of course, this only applies to the newer CVTs. The old CVT, Nissan is not. Those are not the best that Nissan provides to the customers. Alright, so those are pretty bad, actually. Yeah, the whole car is, I know it's not an exciting car, but it gets the job done. It gets you from point A to point B. If you want to save a few $100 or no, few $1,000, Versa is also another option, but this drives a lot better than the Versa. It actually has decent power. It gets up to speed pretty nicely. The MPG is basically the same as the Versa. It got a bigger engine, more room, just in case you need put 5 people in here. Right? It got nice driver assist features. Versa doesn't have adaptive cruise control unless you option for the top model, which is the same price as the Sentra SV. I've seen examples of dealers selling those Sentra SVs for 20 grand. Right? So that's basically how much they're asking for the Versa. The SV sure does add some nice features, right? You have body colored mirrors, you have actual alloy wheels instead of a hubcap. Your wheel size is 1 inch bigger. You do get adaptive cruise control, or the basically the distance keeping. The base S only gets like the emergency braking and all that. Yeah, you can hear the CVT screaming, but it is what it is. All the entry-level cars use CVTs nowadays. I'm sure Subarus will be just as noisy as theirs. Corollas, I've only driven a 2021 Corolla before. That one has the 1.8. It's pretty slow actually. Had to put my phone down or my recording device down because there's a cop just past me. Don't want to get pulled over. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up of the Sentra review. It's a boring A to B car, but it gets the job done. The seats are pretty comfortable. The MPGs are okay. They're not bad. Audio was actually better than the Civic and the Mazda. The speakers are pretty good. At least you got 6 speakers. And the real advantage of the Sentra is it's cheap. It's cheaper than all its competitors. So save $2,000-3,000. And yeah, that's the only reason I see why people buying those. Yeah. It also added the auto start and stop for the 2024, I guess. Last time I had the Sentra was a 22 and it didn't have auto start and stop. Yeah, this is it. If you have any questions about Sentra, feel free to ask in the comments. If you have any suggestions, if you like my videos, just give me a thumbs up. Any suggestions are welcome in the comments. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Consider subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I appreciate you watching all the way. And yeah, I'll see you in the next time in my next rental car.